Good afternoon. It's Mike Merrick here from Merrick Consulting. Today I'm pleased to be joined by Pau Franquet from Kemiex. Good to see you as ever, Pau. I hope you're doing well.
All good. Like many people, I guess, at home, enjoying this time as well.
Likewise. And I guess today I really wanted to understand, again, in the current situation, how the current crisis is affecting your business. But I guess before we get into that, I'd like to, I guess for those who don't know, who aren't familiar with Kemiex, if you could give us a bit of background to the business and how you operate.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Mike. COVID is actually helping us in the sense that our business is growing at a much faster speed that we were growing before this crisis. Main two reasons are supplier diversification and digitalization of certain processes that allows basically companies to do certain processes much more efficient. So basically, in essence, Kemiex provides two solutions in the market. We are based and really focused on the pharmaceutical, veterinary, food, and animal nutrition industries. And over those industries, we basically provide a transactional service where we basically would help companies to connect with other companies worldwide. And that could be from the supply side with new potential customers and from the buy side with new potential suppliers, but also enhance current industry partner relationships. This would be the transactional component. And on the other side, we do also provide information, very deep insights on basically the ingredients that are being traded nowadays over the platform, which are up to 5,000 ingredients. But some of the main categories would be in the direction of vitamins, amino acids, minerals, antibiotics, sweeteners, and certain other ingredients on the API space.
And you serve, as you mentioned, several different sectors in terms of the platform you have there. Are you seeing any sort of key variances across those sectors?
You mean on differences across how the coronavirus crisis is impacting it?
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Well, I guess there's been different stages of the crisis, right? So we've been actually already seeing certain impacts by mid-January, where companies reacted very differently.
Okay.
So by January, what we could really see was demand really more or less in average. We were seeing 3 times more demand that we would really see in normal, let's say, market situations. But actually now 3 months after that time, we're actually seeing something a bit reverse, where there is a lot more supply in the market that there used to be at those times during January. And we would actually even see that when we compare supply from January to supply from today, we could actually see easily 2 or 3 times more supply that there used to be at that moment.
Wow.
Of course, the explanation is on, let's say, problems that there were specifically on the logistics space, also China at that time being closed for many reasons, right? But we do see situation coming to a much more stabilized stage.
Okay. And in terms of your business, you're headquartered in Switzerland. Yep. From a geographic standpoint, is the business you're operating gearing up to be, or is already a global business?
So we started, of course, local, but when we say local in digital, that means Europe,
right?
Already. Kemiex started about 2 years ago in Europe. We today have about approximately 60% of our users based in Europe. The second important market would be Latin America, where there would be approximately about 25%. And then since 6 months, due to basically the need from our buyers and people buying over Kemiex, wanting to also access the original manufacturers of a big part of all the ingredients we allow trading for. We basically allowed our buyers to invite only on an invite function suppliers from China and from India. So China and India and let's say in general APEC has become a very important market for Kemiex over the last 6 months.
And in looking beyond the current situation, and I'd be sort of really interested in hearing what your plans for the future are as a business in terms of taking the business to the next stage and growing beyond the current position.
Correct. So Kemiex, as said before, right, we provide 2 areas of services: transactional and information.
Sure.
Information was a second step on the way we basically want to serve the industry. We really started only with the transactional part, and more concretely with the marketplace, right, where, as mentioned before, buyers can get to know new suppliers, but suppliers can also get to know new buyers. Okay. The next step Kemiex is taking, it's basically allowing our own clients, our own suppliers, our own buyers to have private areas. And that means to strengthen even more their relationships with their current market participants that they are operating with. But of course, allowing them to leverage our processes, our efficiency as a new channel of communication that would allow them to even more focus on strategic parts of the business and not only on the operational part of the business.
Interesting. And the reaction you're getting from existing and new potential customers is, I guess, from conversations you and I have had previously, been very, very favourable, yeah?
Correct. That's been actually the market adoption for such a solution or such a new solution has been very big. That has been on the plans for Kemiex like since the very beginning, but we only decided to start going that path a few months ago. So we would expect over the next coming months to really be supporting quite some clients on that area.
So it sounds as though just despite everything that's happening in the world, business for you is good, and obviously the service that you're offering to your customers is enhancing and improving their ability to go about business as not as normal, but as normally as anyone could, I guess. Yeah. Correct.
That's something that again, looking back at January, we could really see their real problems of supply. Where there was a lot of uncertainty of certain products could be even supplied, for example, in Europe or in Latin America, that woman or in the US. So what Kemiex really helped the industry with was to allow a network that would allow these buyers to access not only the usual suppliers, but also probably those ones knew that they have local stocks and that they could actually meet that demand. And that's basically the benefit of such a network, right? It's the benefit that we can provide to both buy and sell side over Kemiex, which is also in the moments that there is a problem, we can also basically allow you to widen your views and diversify your risks in the end.
Absolutely. That's great. Well, listen, I really appreciate you taking the time out to chat today. It's been a fascinating insight, albeit in a relatively short space of time. It's always a pleasure to get together, and hopefully we'll be able to do this face to face at some point in the not too distant future.
Thank you very much to you, Mike, and always a pleasure to speak again.
No, likewise. All the best, Pau. Good to see you. Thank you very much again.
Thank you very much.